Hello, divine beings. Welcome to Wednesday. It doesn't feel like it Wednesday. Feels like this week is going by very slowly for some reason, even though it's not been a bad week, it's been a confusing week, right? There's just a lot going on in the ethers. So a couple channel messages that came in today before I even start with astrological transits is the unraveling. A lot of relationships, a lot of connections, a lot of ideas are just unraveling. We're starting to unravel things and get closer to the truth of the matter in certain situations and also certain relationships. Another channel message that came through is that you have to do things the right way. Okay, you have to do things the ethical way, even though the energy of deception and lies is in the air today. And the third channel message that came through is people who are operating from a higher octave are going to get a lot of downloads today, a lot of messages from spirit. And I feel like a lot of us who are connected in with the divine and our higher self and our angels and guides, we have been receiving a lot of messages through the dream world since this full moon in Aquarius, and we've been under this very dreamy Pisces moon. Okay, when we have that waning gibbous Pisces moon, and next month we're gonna have that full moon eclipse in Pisces. It's gonna be huge. Literally, we have to be cognizant of where we're giving our 12th house Piscean energy to. Is it to the connection with the divine and our unconscious world, right? And what the messages are saying and how we can decode them, and we can call on Archangel Metatron to help. Or are we calling in messages of the lower vibration, because there are duality in everything? And when we try to deceive ourselves with bypassing, albeit if we're into drugs, alcohol, and any kind of a form of escapism, even watching tarot videos, and listening to other people and trying to find something without, external to yourself, that can really be destructive, because Piscean 12th house energy versus this Virgo energy that we're seeing today under this 29 degrees Leo as we head into Virgo season is going to be a huge theme going into next month, okay? And also with that eclipse next month. So I just wanted to touch on that before we really hone into today's energy. So we are finishing up Leo season today. We're at that fixed star Regulus, 29 degrees, the famed star, okay? The royal star. And who has this as former President Trump, okay? And he has this on his ascendant, and he has a lot of transits coming up today and tomorrow. They're kind of So if he comes up in the news today, I would not be surprised if something goes on with him. And you don't have to be a fan of his to be aware, because it's part of our collective consciousness and current events. So saying that from a very neutral place. Now, I really want people to hone into their discernment with today's energies under this Pisces moon and the 29 degrees Leo energy. It's very, very potent. Why is that? So at the beginning of the day, we have moon square Mars, moon square Jupiter, and moon opposing Venus. And all these are in that mutable T-square energy. And that moon will conjunct Saturn too in Pisces. Okay, and then very, very later in the day, as we are sleeping here in the Western Hemisphere, that moon will make a conjunction with Neptune. All this kind of energy can really stir up a lot of brain fog, okay? And this is, because we're in Pisces moon and we have Jupiter in Gemini right now, Mars in Gemini, Venus in Virgo, all of this in Saturn in Pisces, and of course Neptune in Pisces. All these mutable energies can make us feel a little bit like we're in what I'm seeing is like a hollow space, an in-between space of fantasy and reality, or spirit and the physical. So if you kind of feel like you're going through this upsurge right now, this ascension kind of uptick, like you have been push forward to the next timeline, like you have leapt in some way, but you're looking at things like, whoa, I can't believe I was in that physical space or that head space before, or that state of unawareness, and now I'm in a state of hyper awareness. You're not alone. That's why I really think it's important to not take mind altering substances today, because especially like if you're not doing with the qualified shaman, like you're not going down to South America and, you know, doing a whole ceremony. You're just like doing it alone or with somebody here in the Western Hemisphere, like the States, who might be, you know, just like whitewashed, so to speak. It could be very dangerous. So just be very intentional with all of that today. Venus is starting to square Mars. So this Leo season, it's, you know, it's typical Leo season fashion. It's going out with a bang. It's going out with drama. It came in with drama and it's leaving with drama. So Venus and Virgo squaring Mars and Gemini. There could be some like, I don't like that, I don't want that with a person that you previously might have felt connected with. I feel like we're being very, very picky, very choosy. But on the flip side of that, I will tell you that it's better to know what you want and be intentional about your intentions. As funny as that sounds, okay, you could say like, oh, I want love in my life. I'm putting that intention out, but like, what do you want? And I was talking about this with a friend of mine the other day. It's like when you're picking, you know, food off of the menu, you know exactly what you want. You know exactly what kind of restaurant you want. You're just not going to accept anything. You know, you don't want like just a hot dog from a hot dog cart that might look kind of, you know, iffy or shady. If you know you want that grass-fed filet mignon from that restaurant, that's what you need to put your intentions forth. And I feel like with relationships, yeah, they could feel a bit unstable today. You could have some arguments because Gemini and Virgo energy tends to overthink. But we need to be precise about what we want and what our needs so we can actually get our needs met. But please don't have expectations of people who can't deliver. That's important too. We cannot project, this is another part of this mutable energy under this 29-degree Leo sun. We cannot project what we want onto somebody who's incapable. We have to give that to ourselves first, and then that will magnetize the law of attraction people who are more on your frequency and playing field, okay? Little lesson there for you. All right, we have the 10 of Swords here, and we have by the book, 10 and 11, okay? And 7-11 on the timestamp. It's telling me something. 10 of Swords is saying we're having some conclusions here. They might not be pleasant conclusions, but they are conclusions. It might have been a long battle for you, but you're done with a certain situation or a certain mindset. Okay, it might not feel good, but it is here for you so that you can elevate. And from now on, you got to do things in a specific order. That's what Virgo season coming up tomorrow wants us. It wants us to go do things in a specific order so that we can actually have structure in our life to maintain those manifestations and our highest timeline. So anyways, guys, if you'd like to book a reading, please do so. I do have availability. I can't talk. I do have availability. Mercury retrograde. I do have availability next week. Next week, I am booked up for this week. Anyways, guys, love and light, and I will see you for our Virgo season Astro Tarot coming up tomorrow. Bye-bye.